Peace fam, Queen here. These are the updated Invesable AI plans. You have the 1% for 25 days, minimum 500. Then you have 2% daily for 25 business days, minimum 3,000. And then you have 2% for 30 calendar days. The minimum on that is 10,000. Now this plan right here, the 10,000 one, is just a promo. So there's 4 days left on it. Not sure how much longer it will be here or not. These seem to be the more plans that are more permanent. So you'll just have to see when you log into your back office what's available for you as far as the promotional plans. The ones that are 25 business days, they're actually 35 calendar days. Okay, so now I'm going to go into some FAQs with the CEO, and then on the last part of this I'll show you how to go ahead and do your deposit and make your deposit and set up your account so that you can start earning.
Ian, what's going on, man? What do you got going on? You got a question?
Hey Brian, how are you?
Good. How are you?
That's good. I'm all right. I got two quick questions. Are the withdrawals done manually or automatic?
The withdrawals are handled automatically. However, there's still some kinks there, so we do manage that manually as well.
Okay,
because
perfect.
People are getting what they think they're going to get, and we have had a few issues where, you know, done withdrawal for, let's say, 400 and they've only received 311. So there is some few kinks still there, which is why we're bringing on 10 more support people, because in the last week the platform has just been slammed.
Yeah, everybody's joining like crazy.
It just happened a lot faster than I expected.
And part with the deposit parts too. Well, that's why I was asking if it was manual or automatic. Like, now, will the system make double payments to people, or will it correct? Like, it won't let two payments out?
No, it won't be double payments. One of the questions I have been asked, and I know it will probably be asked on this call, is there are some limits that we put in place at the moment. And the reason we've done that is because on quite a few calls, because I made sure with the team that we would have a look into our platform. There's a lot of other platforms got scraped. And what I mean by that is people would set up, maybe 10 different accounts, and then they would go into one account, get their bonuses, and then put it into another account, get bonuses, then put it into another account, get bonuses. And that's not what this platform's about, because it needs to get money in. So we need to make sure that we pick up on the trolls that are coming onto it to basically try and rip the platform off and take the money away from all the people that are really doing something.
Yeah, that's the one thing about programs is people try to stack accounts and cripple the company that way.
Yep, because at the end of the day, what that ends up being, and that's why a lot of the other platforms failed as well, is because it ends up turning into a leech, and it just feeds off itself. And once it's gone, that's it, like a snake eating itself from the tail.
And I have a question before Demetrius or Matt says anything. My buddy Tim on here, he said, this one's to you, Lee. How do you see the company positioning itself for longevity and stability with regulations and cyber attacks?
Okay, so as I just mentioned, we've already picked up that there are people on the platform that are abusing it. So that's one of the reasons why we put some of the holds or limits on P2P at the moment, because we need to track it. And we also need to make sure that we work out the gatekeeper part of the program in order to stop it and pick it up a lot sooner than what it's doing at the moment. Because the most important thing here is to protect the community that's invested their money, to make sure that people that are coming on that are doing this sort of activity are not ripping you guys off as well. So, from a longevity perspective, we're running the promos, but the model that we put in place with the 25 business days that allows us to keep playing 24/7, and we still play 24/7 on Saturday, Sunday, helps us to manage the losses, which will always happen. So if anybody says, "Oh no, we're just going to do this," that's bullshit. Sorry, but it is. So we want to manage the losses and smooth it out so we deliver on what we're saying we're going to deliver on with the packages.
I like it. Do you plan on putting any of, like, in the back office where people can see the capital going in, the capital going out, maybe some of the trades from the AI bot as well?
Yes. However, at the moment, given we only launched 2 months ago, we want to make sure the base is solid. Right. Before we start, doing more and allowing people to put their fingers in deeper.
I appreciate that. I was part of other companies. It took them 8 months to get that up on there, but they got it up there. Demetrius or Matt, either one, whichever one's available.
Hey. 3 quick questions about the manual trading. What percentage of your funds do you allocate to be manually traded?
There is no manual trading.
Oh, I thought you said you were like long on Bitcoin, which would be a manual.
That's it. That's the only manual part. We don't sit there and monitor the parameters or change the parameters because it's too objective. And it's not what we build the bot for, because at the end of the day, why would you implement AI technology with machine learning algorithms and not let the damn thing learn? So the other question that I've been asked on that as well is, with the funds that go in, are those funds pooled and then done as a single trade? No, they're not. The whole point is the bot sits there and analyzes enormous amounts of data, picks the market trends across geographies and the multiple crypto assets at the moment, and then will decide what the best returns are going to be with what amount of money it chooses. So, sorry, we do not allow it, I guess, in a way, because the whole point of this technology is to help us, and used correctly in the right way as a tool to help us, then that's what we're doing. Because otherwise, what's the point?
Okay, so on your long Bitcoin, just I guess my last 2 questions. Do you use leverage, and also do you have a stop loss in place?
We do have a stop loss in place, yes.
Okay.
Did it hit it? Because it did go down.
Not yet.
Okay, that's all I was wondering. So you're not doing like the odd manual trade. It's just one thing long in Bitcoin, and that's it.
Is the only manual input we've got on the platform at the moment.
And is that like what percentage of the overall funds is allocated to that trade?
Varies.
It varies, yeah.
Based on its analysis and what trends it picks up on. So the percentages can vary.
Okay, thank you.
Given that it was only 2 months, and when we had a look at this thing, and I decided just before we launched, we would, and obviously I'm in Southeast Asia, in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, rather than waste time on trying to register separately in each countries, as I know, Demetrius, you probably heard this before, but I had a look at it, and I know that Singapore is one of the toughest markets financially in the world. So we registered in Singapore, and I'm still going through the pain of getting the Monetary Authority of Singapore trading license. The reason I decided to do it that way to start with is that it gives us reciprocal recognition in the US, Canada, Western Europe, Southeast Asia, and ANZ. So it means that from an SEC perspective, having that reciprocal agreement makes it much easier. The other thing, and that I got from feedback, and this came from Rodney, was to change on our website investment to deposit, which we've done, and to change ROI to gain or return, which there's still a few things there to fix, because that makes it a little bit different than saying investments and ROI. So it sort of takes a bit of heat off you if you get scrutinized.
The cool part, Lee, we got multiple Demetriuses on here too. This isn't the Demetrius you talk to all the time. It's just a heads up. This is a different one. So
Okay.
Right.
I was like, what's up with that voice? That's not Demetrius.
Well, I'm glad to hear that you did that, because I think that kind of threw us for the loop in the last situation we was in. So appreciate it.
No problem. But yeah, I understand. Look, I dabbled with crypto. Got burnt 6 times. And the main reasons that I guess behind this, as Brian's shared with you, is the complete transparency we're offering, and it's going to get more and more. So, and then the other thing was the support. I mean, you'd send in a question and you'd either get a response in a week. And I mean, at the end of the day, it's your money. Why is somebody taking a week? And that's what banks are like. Hate banks. I did a transfer through Wise 2 months ago, and it never went through. And 2 months later, I'm still waiting for the bank to tell me where my money is.
I like it. Thank you. I don't like that though. I like it. Great question. I will take one more question, and then I want to hear a couple people just maybe share some cool stuff that's been going on with them. What's up, Mac? You got a question we can get through pretty quick? We've been on here a while.
I just trying to see if Lee, if you can talk a little more on the token, that is the date, the timeline.
Yep. So we'll be pre-launching it to all the members that are currently registered on the 27th of August, and that's when we'll release more information on it.
Thank you.
Thank you. So thank you, Lee, for that. And I mean, if you're on here, I don't know, Pamela, if you're on here, I'd like to just hear you, and maybe Demetrius, if you're on here able to talk, or even Miles. Who do we got? I would like to hear.
Can you hear me, Brian?
Yep, I can hear you, buddy. What's going on?
Oh, awesome, man. I'm standing in the middle of this Hurricane Hillary in California. What's up, Lee?
Pretty damn good.
Good to hear your voice and see your face. Thanks for having me on. I won't be long. All the questions I'm hearing are great questions. All the questions that I had when I.
Oh, there he goes.
I heard enough from him, so I muted him. No, no, unmute. Come back.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, there you go. All right. So what I was saying is that there's a lot of questions that I just heard that I asked in the beginning just as well, myself and Rodney and some other leaders. And once you get those satisfied, you kind of gain some confidence to put one foot in. I remember way back when. Nursery rhyme. I don't know if all of you remember it at all, but there's a nursery rhyme that says you put 1 foot in, you take 1 foot out, you put one foot in, shake it all about, do the hokey pokey. Right, there you go. See, Lee, I knew you would know that one. And that's what most people do in life, either being uncertain or not confident or just want to see if something works. They put their foot in and they shake it all about, do the hokey pokey. After getting those questions answered on that long Zoom that we did on Rodney Burton's birthday, I gained the confidence that this was the right place for me to be, the right place for the the people that I know, love, and trust to be, where they can have their money working for them now, more so than they do on a job, then they have to work for it, if that makes sense. So I'll say this, somewhere in the country, as we all have gotten introduced to this concept, somewhere in the country, there's a single mom that may have some struggles just to buy Pampers. Somewhere in the country, there's, a husband and wife that bite the bottom tongue, or lip, I should say, when they go to that gas pump. Somewhere in the country, there's someone that may be going through a foreclosure. We heard Pam's story yesterday, and she expressed what she was going through with long COVID. And you've got some people that just have some struggles, right? And what Invisible AI is a way for, people to win again and begin earning again and begin sharing again. And there's someone that somewhere on this planet that is looking, and you just hadn't introduced them to this concept just yet. And doing so will put them in a better financial situation. So let's do that. I'm excited about this because people are starting now to gain confidence. They're also starting now to gravitate toward this and say, you know what, I see something here. And you see how many people are winning, how many people are withdrawing. And you can hear in the voices outside of the prospects that are on now, just looking at this for the first time, but you can hear in the voices that they're moving toward that championship ring. And we all want to win, right? And we've changed so many teams, and we've seen so many rug pulls, and we've seen so many owners not be transparent. Every day I get on this Zoom, you hear Brian talk and present this. And every single day, he gets better and better and better and better, right? And so you got to be bad before you become good. And it wasn't that he was ever bad. It's just that he threw himself out there, right? To be this spokesperson, to be on these Zooms presenting the information. All you have to do is talk to someone, share this information, and tell them, get on this Zoom, gather this information, or at least evaluate it, and let them make that decision for themselves. And the people that are on this call have made that decision for themselves. And I'm certain at some point, whatever that is for you, you'll begin to share this. Get excited because the best is yet to come. That's all I'll say right now, Brian.
Thank you so much, Demetrius. So he's absolutely right. I love it. Thank you so much for sharing that. I don't know. Oh, there we go. Mute. I'm on it. You're muted. I see Bo, you're unmuted. You got something to say, Bo?
Yes, sir. I have a question. First of all, thanks for your help the other day when you and Jeff and I were talking.
Yes, sir.
I have a question because, this is only my third day. So, or fourth day, whatever. When, at the end of my 30 days, does the initial 10,000, does it go back in, or do I have to put it back in to start earning again?
It will roll into your balance, and then you will have to put it back in. At the moment, we are looking at automatic rollovers and all that. But as I probably mentioned before, we want to make sure the base of the platform is solid and it's delivering. You can withdraw before we start adding more features and complicating it, because if the base of a platform is not performing, we haven't ironed out all the kinks, and we start adding features, it just creates more problems.
Right. Thank you.
Great question.
Thanks, Brian. Thank you.
All right, so here's how you would make your deposit. You log into your account, click on deposit, and you'll be at the screen here. You can see the server time over here. Select the plan that you're going to use. We're going to do the 3,000 here. And like I said, if you want to do like 20 bucks over to make sure that you meet the minimum, okay? So then you pick the coin that you're going to invest with. So we're going to invest with USDT on the Binance Smart Chain. So we click invest with. All right, and then you put in the amount. So we'll put 3020. And then you'll click invest. All right, once you do that, it's going to tell you the terms of the plan. 2% daily for 25 business days. That equates to 2% daily for 35 calendar days. Because 25 business days is Monday through Friday. Is the capital returned? Yes. The amount, 3020, and then the fee is 0%. So then we're going to click process. Process. Alright, so now it's going to take you over to coin payments. And you would just select the coin that you're going to use. USDT, type that in. So we're doing USDT on the Binance Smart Chain. Click that. And then click complete checkout over here. Okay, so now this is going to tell you the exact amount that you would send in USDT. Okay, so this is a USDT BEP20 amount, and then this is the address. So I'm going to copy this address. I'm going to paste it here. I'll just verify that that address is correct. 6, and then copy the amount and paste that there. Alright, so now if you're using MetaMask with the Binance Smart Chain, I'll go ahead and show you how to do that. It's a very simple process. Once you already have the USDT over in your MetaMask account, have a little BNB for your gas fees. Okay, that way you won't have any issues. The Binance Smart Chain is really very inexpensive to use. That's why I like it. All right, so we'll go over there. Let's see here, over here, and you'll see I've already loaded up the amount that's needed here. So I'll just click in here, click send, and copy the address. Verify the address again. 5677 56. Alright. And then just paste in the amount that it told you there. And click next. Alright, and once you do that, that will get confirmed. The coin payments will send you an actual email letting you know the payment has been approved, and then also you will get an email from Invesable AI as well, letting you know that it's been received, and then you will see your account active. When you go back under your deposits, you'll see the plan activated, and you'll see the terms. So you'll see the remaining days and all of that. So that's how simple it is to go ahead and make your deposit. See you all in the next videos.